You know, they say when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Well, when I found out that Robert Pattinson he wasn't even keeping in shape for his role in the Batman, well, I started thinking to myself, how would an overweight, unathletic Batman really work? And if it does work, do you think they'd give me the job? Well, I don't think they will. But I got some good news today. And that is that the most overrated, most non-actingist actor in the entire DC universe has finally decided to hang up her cowl, which was really sort of Batman's cowl in a way because she stole it. That's neither here nor there at this point. Ruby Rose quit the Batwoman. She quit the Batwoman. Hang on. I'm going to tell you my theory on this whole thing. And it ain't pretty. Let's see. What do we have here? Some great news finally. Ruby Rose quits Batwoman. Role will be recast ahead of season 2. I have some theories, guys, and I really think that she didn't quit. I didn't think she'd quit. Here's my theory. Wait for it. I'm going to read this a little bit. Hush won't be the only one with a new face in Batwoman season 2. Series star Ruby Rose has decided to leave the CW series ahead of its sophomore run. It was revealed on Tuesday. The role will be recast. This is her statement. I've made the very difficult decision to not return to Batwoman next season, Rose said in a statement. This was not a decision I made lightly, as I have the utmost respect for the cast, crew, and everyone involved with the show in both Vancouver and in Los Angeles. And they paid you money. You know, this is right off the bat. This is so disingenuous. It's just something happened here. Something happened, and I got a theory. Here's the theory. I'm going to really give it to you right now. The theory is that the CW did not want to fire its first openly lesbian actress in an openly lesbian role. They didn't want the negativity. So they asked Ruby Rose for a favor. They politely asked her to quit. And here's the thing. Warner Brothers is a very large studio. It's a huge studio. It has, just not just DC. It makes tons of movies every year. They probably promised her a role in the next Christopher Nolan movie and said, can you please go away? The Batwoman ratings were atrocious. They were bad. By any means, any standard, they were bad. This show got picked up again clearly because of its social messaging. Not because it was a good show. It was a bad show. Everyone who watched the show were either mixed on the show or just really did not like the show. The Batwoman series was not as thought out as it could have been because they were so concerned with the social messaging of Batwoman and not with how good this show is. They want to reboot this because they are figuring out right now that concentrating on just social messaging leads to dead franchises as Star Wars. So let's see. I am beyond appreciative to executive producers Greg Berlanti, Sarah Schneider, and Caroline Dries for not only giving me that incredible opportunity, but for welcoming me into the DCU they have so beautifully created. She added thank you to Peter Roth and Mark Pedowitz. They probably gave her a crap ton of money to leave. Promised her a couple of rows. Hey, John Wick 4, you're coming back. Listen, Ruby Rose is not a good actress. She's very stiff. It's hard for her to show any sort of emotion beyond this quippy, just sort of attitude. And the show itself, is not built on a solid foundation, and it's not built on a character that people care about. The comic itself is not all that great. The character that it's based on is not all that great. Batwoman is not. She's not. I'm sorry, she's not a solo act. There are plenty of great female characters in the DC universe. Of course, Wonder Woman comes to mind from the very beginning, and in the Marvel universe, there are tons of great female characters. Storm is a great female character, strong. Jean Grey can be a great female character at times. But DC, they hired her strictly because of her sexual orientation. And if you don't believe me, okay, you think this is sexist what I'm saying or whatever ist, whatever, just look at what they said. We thank Ruby for her contributions to the success of our first season and wish her all the best. The studio and network are firmly committed to Batwoman's second season and long-term future, and we, along with the show's talented creative team, look forward to sharing its new direction, including the casting of a new lead actress and member of the LGBTQ community in the coming months. So they're not looking for who's the best actress to fill this role, because actors are supposed to be exactly what their role is. So if I played like a Penguin, right? I have to actually be Penguin. I can't look any differently. I can't have any different sexual orientation in real life than Penguin. I have to be Penguin. So Batwoman, you have to have a lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, or queer. Oh, I got them all. Actress. So this is sort of ridiculous because they're gonna fall into the same trap as last time. They went and they hired an actress strictly because of her sexual orientation. They put a show together strictly for its social messaging and not for whether or not it was a good show or not. And they ended up with a show that had bad ratings. Now they can't get rid of the show because it's bad PR for them. If the first show with an openly lesbian superhero gets canceled after one season, they can't do that. And they also can't keep her on because the show's ratings suck. They need to, but they can't fire her. So they came out, to me, they came up with something. They came up with an idea on how to kind of figure something out here. Okay, we can't get rid of the show. The show's got to stay. Okay, we got to rehire somebody. Well, we can't fire her. Well, maybe we can convince her to quit. How can we convince her to quit? Well, let's offer her a bunch of money or offer her a bunch of roles that she's not qualified for, much like the one that she currently landed, and then we'll see what happens. Now, here is the kicker, and this is what I really want you to start noticing here. The media, and when I say media, I'm not going nuts here. I'm talking about the people that cover this with agendas. They are going to say that it's your fault that she got fired or quit. It's your fault. Rose landed the role of Kate Kane, Batwoman, in August 2018 following a brief search. Look at that. A brief search. Somebody picked up the phone and said, "Hey, who's the girl who's she's a lesbian and she's been in a couple of movies. One of them she was completely silent in the entire movie. Yeah, her. Get her. For an out lesbian actress to fill the famously gay role. Ooh, it's so famously gay. But within a week, Rose had shut off comments on her Instagram after some backlash." See that? They're putting this into your mind already. Right there. It's the people that forced her to quit. You guys forced her to quit because you don't know how to just accept her for who she is. It's your fault. Where on earth did Ruby is not a lesbian, therefore she can't be Batwoman come from? Has to be the funniest, most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, she posted. I came out at 12 and have for the past 5 years had to deal with she's too gay. How do y'all flip it like that? She added that the time since her casting had been a roller coaster and that she would take a break from Twitter to focus on work. If you need me, she signed off, I'll be on my bat phone. Well, I don't think she's going to be by the phone. I think she's got some things going. Last September, Rose shared with a video that she had months prior undergone emergency surgery after herniating 2 discs while performing stunts on an unspecified project. She said the injury came close to severing her spinal cord, leaving her in chronic pain. The CW Batwoman for Season 2 back in January. The show's Season 1 finale aired this past Sunday. What? Did it? I didn't know that. Did anybody care? I don't think anybody cared. I didn't hear that much talk about it. Let's face the facts here. You and I, we can be honest with each other. The truth is that this woman she's not a great actress, right? And maybe she did herniate her disc, and maybe she quit because she's in chronic pain all the time. But let me tell you something. If she was so perfect for this role and she was the best thing that ever happened to Batwoman or the DC universe, and her being there was so vital to the success of the project, then they would have threw her a shit ton of money and got her a stunt double. Let's face facts. That's the truth. The fact that they even let this woman just pretty much back out of her contract, because I am almost 100% positive that when they signed her, they didn't sign her for 1 season. They must have signed her for multiple seasons. They had to have. It only makes sense with how successful they thought this would be. They would want to lock her in, right? But they didn't throw any money at her. They just let her go. Let her quit. The truth is that they didn't want her just as much as she didn't want to be there. And she quit. She quit. So she saves face. She's able to say, I walked away from Batwoman. When the truth of the matter is that they wanted her to walk away. They needed a new person in that role because it wasn't clicking. The season 1 ratings are not good, and they haven't gotten better. The most people watch this show is to complain about how horrible the show is. It's just those people. And the truth is that you can't survive on that alone. You need more. So who do you think they're going to cast her with? I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. At the end, when all this thing is said and done, they've already thrown that little nugget out there in this particular article that we just saw. They're going to blame you. They're going to blame your sexism. They're going to blame your racism, whatever other ism that you could possibly have. You are that ist. They're going to blame you for why this show did not succeed under Ruby Rose. They're going to say, if next year they put another character or person in there and it still doesn't do well, you see, even after Ruby Rose is gone, we gave you a new girl. You guys still don't like it, right? It's all because you don't like lesbians. It's not true. The show's just not that good. It's just not that good. And you can't force yourself to watch something simply because you like the social message. That's only going to last 1 episode, dude. Then after that, you got to be a good show. You got to keep people hooked in. You got to keep them wanting more. But they're not going to think of it that way. They're going to blame you. And they're going to keep throwing out these little nuggets about how she was, bullied off of social media and so forth. How, she tried so hard for the people and the people just wouldn't accept her because she was an openly gay actress. But then they're going to shoot themselves in the foot by getting another openly gay actress. You can't hire people simply because of their sexual orientation. You have to hire the best person for the job. And it makes sense. If there's a straight woman out there that can play Kate Kane better than Ruby Rose, they should get that straight woman. And it shouldn't be that hard because Ruby Rose isn't a great actress. And they even said it right there in the article. There was a brief search. They didn't even try to find the best person for the job. They simply found the gayest woman they could find. And it's not right. And I don't know Ruby Rose as a person, and I'm not trying to knock her as a person. She may be a great person. But as an actress, I just don't feel her. My favorite role of Ruby Rose was in John Wick. and she didn't talk the entire time. But I thought she fit that role well. She had a presence about her. Even though she's super tiny, she still had a presence about her that made her menacing. And I enjoyed her in that role. Well, tell me what you think. Do you think it's your fault that Ruby Rose isn't Batwoman anymore? Leave it down in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later.